Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the information in this video and would like to receive notification of my future video postings, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. One of our family favorites involve a particular ingredients, which I call it soy tofu puff. It is a template that I have cooked many versions of it many times, and we really enjoy it. And today I would like to introduce you to this soy tofu puff. You can purchase this soy tofu puff in most Asian grocery store if you have one available around your area. It's made from organic soybean. Basically, they take cubes of tofu and deep fry it. The frying temperature is usually so hot. When you cut up the tofu, you will find that inside it forms a lattice structure. Almost everybody I have served this soy tofu puff really enjoy it. The reason is that when you cook it in a dish with a lot of sauce, the sauce will infiltrate into the matrix and create wonderful flavor. I have cooked many versions of this template. Today, I'm going to cook it with the main ingredient going to be tomatoes. These tomatoes come from my wife's garden. There's no better way to eat this tomato than using in this particular type of dish. In many ways, this dish is a demonstration of my fast cooking system. It involves flavor chasing, it involves advanced prepping, and it is accomplished by stir frying, and it is a template-based cooking. I'm going to take you through how I cook this dish, and along the way I will show you how different aspects of my fast cooking system is used to create this dish. This dish is both simple and complicated at the same time. It is simple in concept, but it is complicated in its execution because there are multiple steps involved. In addition that tomato going to be the main ingredients, I also use 7 additional vegetables to complement the tomatoes. Of course, this will not be possible if I already have done advanced prepping. So all these vegetables are ready in the refrigerator and they will be available right at my fingertip when I'm ready to use them. I dice tomatoes so that they are easier to be incorporated into the dish, and that only takes me about a few minutes. For this dish, I'm going to use my 14-inch Cuisine Art stainless steel wok. I'm going to spot season the wok before I start cooking. If you're not familiar with this spot seasoning method, you can take a look at this video. I add about 2 tablespoons of canola oil, just enough to cover the bottom of the wok. I let the oil to heat up until it starts to smoke gently, and then I let it to smoke for about 15 seconds. And this is the time when the wok is being seasoned. I'm going to season the oil with 1 tablespoon of garlic to provide some aroma. And then I follow by add about ½ cup of sliced carrots. I already have some onion chopped, so I add approximately about ½ cup of onion. I then add about 1 cup of green bean. This green bean comes from my wife's garden. I chop them up into small pieces, so this is quicker for them to cook. My wife loves black bean, so I decided I'm going to add some fermented black bean. However, it is important that for me to stir fry the black bean a little bit so that the flavor will be more incorporated into the dish. In many ways, this dish is to add whatever is available to me at this time. And one thing my wife just brought in from the garden is some green pepper and jalapeno pepper. I chop them up and then I add them to this dish as well. Again, when I look through the refrigerator, I often look at what I have available and what I need to use up. And in this case, I found that I had some zucchini and some yellow squash, and I decided that I'm going to add them to this dish. I chop most of these ingredients to relatively small size so they can all blend together. The next step is to add the soy tofu. Now the soy tofu is already cooked, so the main goal is that to add it at this point so that it will suck up the fluid from the dish. I cut the soy tofu in half so that it open up and the matrix could then absorb the fluid from the dish. After stir fry the content for about 20 to 30 seconds, I look at all the ingredients. They appear to be about 50% cooked. Since the tomato is the main ingredients, I'm going to add 6 tomatoes that have been chopped up into small pieces so they could be easily incorporated into the dish. As you can tell, the tomatoes cook up very rapidly, and after stir fry for about 10 to 20 seconds, I do a taste test to make sure all the ingredients reach the doneness that I want them to be. The ingredient that I'm worried most about is the green bean. They take the longest time to cook, but from my taste test, they seem to be about ready. So the last vegetable I'm going to add is some white mushroom. They are the easiest and faster to cook, and this is the reason why I add them at the end. This approach of cooking is frequently known as a sequential stir fry. Basically, you add the ingredients according how long you want them to be cooked, and based on this order, you add the ingredients that need to cook least at the end. Again, the template itself is very simple, and once you master the template, you can incorporate different ingredients based on your preference as well as what is available to you. For this dish, it's important to create a sauce because you want to fill the soy tofu puff with a delicious sauce. When you bite into it, you feel like you are biting into a pocket of soup. To create a sauce, I add about a half cup of water to the wok. This dish is clearly a fusion approach because I'm going to season the dish with oyster sauce first, which to give it savoriness, and then I'm going to add it with hoisin sauce that will provide a sweet and fruity flavor. I did a quick second taste test. This is part of my flavor chasing approach. I decided after that taste test that I need a little bit more salt, so I add some dark soy sauce to both give the saltiness as well as to give some coloration. After doing another taste test, I add a little bit more dark soy sauce. Next step is to thicken the sauce with cornstarch. I add the cornstarch directly to the dish. In this video, I discuss the different ways to create a sauce in stir fry. I mix the cornstarch quickly with the ingredients in the wok. As you can see, it starts to thicken, but it was not quite thick enough for my purpose, so I decided that I will add a little bit more cornstarch. After stirring the content for about 10 seconds, the consistency of the sauce seems to be exactly what I would like them to be. Okay, the dish is done. I serve it onto a serving plate. The total cook time of this dish is under 9 minutes, despite the complexity and the ingredients that are involved in create this dish. This dish is created according to a template. So if you're going to do this dish, you are free to substitute and modify this dish in any way you would like. This is a vegetarian dish if you like to serve it as the way it is. But for us, we would like to add some shrimp. So I stir fry some shrimp and laid it on top of the dish. So through this demonstration, I have shown you the flavor chasing, how I adjust the flavor as I go along the way when I cook. The second attribute important in making this dish is advanced prepping. By having everything ready, it makes cooking this dish much simpler. And finally, template-based cooking is the basic guideline in how to create this dish. I've created many versions of this dish by varying the components, also by changing how I flavor the dish. I hope this video provides you a demonstration of how my fast cooking system works. By flavor chasing, you will be able to look for the flavor that you love and enjoy. And by having things prepping in advance, you have an opportunity to pick and choose what will best suit for create the dishes that you love. And then by using stir frying in the wok as a platform, you can get result quickly and able to determine which direction that you want to go. And finally, by using the template, you can create many different versions with your imagination to be the only limitation. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like icon below. That will help me to expand my audience base. If you'd like to receive notification of my future video postings, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.